Today, I'm showing you the 3 most common ways employees steal your data before they resign. More importantly, I'm telling you exactly how to stop them. I'm Santiago Cueto, board certified international business law expert and best-selling author. I've seen businesses lose millions because they didn't understand what happens in those final days before an employee walks out that door. Your employee just submitted their 2-week notice. You feel relieved. At least they had the courtesy to give you advance notice, right? Wrong. You see, those 2 weeks might be the most dangerous period that your company faces. Here's what most business owners don't realize. Data theft rarely happens after an employee leaves. It happens before they resign, sometimes weeks before, and sometimes even months before. The employee has already accepted another job. They know they're leaving, but you don't know yet. They still have full access to your system, your files, your client lists, your proprietary information. This is when they strike. I had a client last year who lost their entire customer database. The employee had been downloading files for 3 weeks before even giving notice. Now, by the time my client discovered the theft, that employee was already working for a competitor. Those clients, they started receiving calls within days. The damage was catastrophic. So let's talk about how this actually happens. Well, the first method is almost embarrassingly simple. Employees email your data to themselves. They use their personal email addresses. Sometimes they use their new employer's email, and sometimes they use a temporary email account. They'll forward client list, pricing strategies, marketing plans, trade secrets, anything valuable that fits in an email attachment. Well, why does this work so well? Because most companies don't monitor outbound emails. They focus on external threats. They worry about hackers breaking in, but the real threat is already inside. One email forward takes 30 seconds. Your employee can send dozens of these emails over several weeks. You'll never notice unless you're specifically looking for it. All right, so how do you prevent it? Here's how. First, implement data loss prevention software. This is software that flags suspicious email activity. It detects when employees send large attachments to personal email addresses. It can even block these emails automatically. Second, you want to conduct regular email audits for employees with access to sensitive data. Don't wait until someone resigns. Review outbound emails quarterly. Look for patterns and look for the red flags. Third, you want to restrict email forwarding entirely for your most sensitive departments. Yes, this does create some inconvenience, but inconvenience is way better than losing your client list to a competitor. The key is acting before the resignation happens. Once they give notice, it's often too late. Now, the second method they steal your data is the USB drive. It's old school, it's physical, and it's devastatingly effective. An employee walks into your office with a USB drive in their pocket. They plug it into their computer, they copy your files, they unplug the drive, and then they just walk out. The entire operation takes minutes. We've seen this in countless movies. I represented a manufacturing company where an engineer copied 10 years of product designs onto a thumb drive. Those designs represented millions of dollars in research and development. The engineer resigned just 2 days later, but he started working for a Chinese competitor within a month. We eventually won that case, but the damage was already done. The competitor had already begun manufacturing similar products, and my client's market share plummeted. Here's your prevention strategy. Disable USB ports on all company computers. Most businesses never use USB drives anymore anyway. Cloud storage has replaced them. Now, if your employees need to transfer files, they can use your company's approved cloud system. If you must allow USB access for certain employees, use USB monitoring software. This software logs every time someone plugs in an external device into your system. It records what files they access, and it creates an audit trail. Also, you want to implement a clean desk policy. Employees shouldn't be able to plug in devices without someone potentially noticing. If you're finding this information valuable, do me a favor, hit that like button right now and subscribe to this channel. I post videos every week about protecting your business legally. You don't want to miss them. Now let's talk about the third method. This one surprises most people. The third way employees steal data is through cloud storage services, Dropbox, Google Drive, OneDrive, iCloud. The list goes on. Your employees upload your confidential files to their personal cloud account. They do it right from the company computer, and they're not emailing anything. They're not using USB drives. They're simply uploading to the cloud. Most companies never see this coming. The employee can access these files forever, even years after they leave your company, even after you've deleted their company accounts, even after you've revoked their system access. The data is already sitting in their personal cloud storage, waiting to be used. I had a case involving a sales executive who uploaded every client contract to his personal Dropbox. He left the company and started his own competing business. He used those contacts to undercut my client's pricing. He knew exactly what discounts to offer. He knew every client's pain points, and he knew the renewal dates. My client lost 40% of the revenue in 6 months. All right, here's how to stop this. Block access to unauthorized cloud storage services on your company network. Your IT department can do this easily. Employees shouldn't be able to access Dropbox or Google Drive from company computers unless it's your company's official account. Install endpoint detection software. This software monitors what applications employees use. It detects when someone tries to upload large amounts of data, and it can alert you in real time. Create a clear data handling policy. Make employees sign it. Tell them explicitly that uploading company data to personal accounts is prohibited. This creates legal leverage if you need it later on. And train your managers to watch for warning signs. An employee who suddenly starts working odd hours might be avoiding detection. An employee who accesses files outside their normal job duties might be planning something. Look, most employees are honest people. They're not criminals. They're not trying to destroy your business. But when someone accepts a new job, their loyalty shifts. They start thinking about the future, their future. They start thinking about their new employer. They rationalize taking your data. They tell themselves it's information they created. They tell themselves it's not really stealing. Your job as a business owner is to make theft difficult, make it detectable, and make it consequential. Implement these prevention strategies today, not next month, not after your next resignation, today. Because the employee planning to leave isn't going to warn you first. Now, if this video helped you protect your business, show your appreciation by liking and subscribing. More business owners need to see this information. Share it with other entrepreneurs in your network. I'd really appreciate it. I'm Santiago Cueto, your Florida business attorney. Be sure to stay and watch more of my videos right here.